This is a great take on roasted potatoes, just to change them up a little bit and have some fun with them. I'm going to show you how to use chopsticks to make it a little bit safer and easier. The great thing about Hasselback potatoes is that we put several slits into the potato, which open up and get crispy when we bake them and allow all of our seasoning to go inside. We're going to use mini potatoes for our recipe today, but you could also use a full-size potato to make your Hasselbacks. The key to making these is not cutting your potato all the way through. We want to have several slices in the potato, but without the potato falling apart. So to do that, we're going to use our chopsticks so that we don't cut right down to the cutting board. A good sharp knife is the best thing to use here, something with a nice flat blade. Your chopsticks may move around a little bit while you're cutting, but that's okay. The best thing to do here is to use the claw technique to keep your fingers safe. I'm going to hold on to the potatoes while keeping my fingers curled a little bit so that my fingertips aren't sticking out. To begin slicing, have a good grip on your knife, and we're going to slice down to the chopstick, but not through the potato. We want to make our slices about 1 centimeter apart. When you get to the small end here, we can turn it around and keep chopping from this side to keep our fingers safe. And keep slicing until all the potatoes are done. Now that we've got our potatoes cut with all the little slits in them, we're ready to season them. We've got our oil, butter, garlic, and fresh thyme. We just cooked that on the stove just enough to melt the butter in there and let all the flavors come together. So to season our potatoes now, we're just going to dump all of these ingredients in with our potatoes. We like to just smash the garlic so it seasons the oil and butter without burning in the oven later on. I'm going to give it a nice sprinkling of some rock salt and some fresh cracked pepper. There we go. Now we're just going to stir these rather gently. We don't want to break those potatoes apart after we put all those cuts into them. So I'm just going to use a spoon for this job. Just try to gently coat those potatoes with that garlic, oil, and butter mixture that we've got. The potatoes will absorb some of that oil and butter as they're cooking as well. We want to make sure that we have our oven preheated to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. That's going to let our potatoes get nice and crispy. Once you get them mixed nicely, we're going to put them on a parchment-lined baking sheet. Now that you've got them all on the tray, you just want to make sure that you get them into a nice flat, even layer so that they roast evenly. It's good to have the cut side up on all your potatoes. That way when they're roasting, they really open up and get crispy on all sides. If you have any more questions, give us a call or visit the website. And, well, let's get into it. Forgot where we were going with that. But not quite all the way through so that the core can hold in place.
It was good. We got like
for about 1 hour. Tell you about